Suppose I get the big speech. One with all the $2 words in it.
Mulder, you're all washed up.
Put your best shirt on, we're back to make fools of the fools whose research lacks. Started drinking as a boy, now I'm an old man, but I just want one last kick at the can. So who knows what's behind that door? Just suit up, soldier, get ready for war. I'm sorry that you got it to be so, but this is not even a show. Sorry if you got it to be so, but this is not even a show.
Hey everyone, Prank Stallone here, aka Captain Chris Aru, back from the forest, and my time out there really reaffirmed the notion that I need to find somebody to pass this thing on to. It won't be to my co-host Jack Del Rio, though. He's missing, presumed dead. We spoke to his family, though, and they said that this does happen very frequently. So we are hopeful for his safe return at some point. Now, we need to get back to the thing we do best, and that is pranking. And in order to get back to that pranking, we got to do something that Steve Martin perfected in the year 1960. We got to get small. David is very happy that Donald Trump won the election, but he noticed that in the wake of the election, some things have started happening in his life that he's not so happy about. And so he went on as a special guest on a real radio program to discuss that very topic. Let's check it out.
There's nowhere in the Constitution that says women have a right to kill their children. Nowhere in the Constitution. Ladies, I'm sorry. You just don't have a right to kill your children. I mean, if that's the case, maybe men have a right to kill women, huh? Maybe? I don't know. I mean, if one human can kill another human and it's perfectly legal, then why can't you extend that beyond the first practice? Before I get out of here, you know what I'm going to have to do? Well, first, I want to show you this picture. You love that? You love that picture?
I love that picture.
All right, I'm going to put on John here. He's finally showed up. Let me clear the screen here and find out what this gentleman is all about. Hey, man, how you doing?
I'm doing very well. I love this picture as well. God, I could look at this picture. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
The other, like a week or so ago, would have been right before the election. My wife came in. What have you been watching in here? Why are you watching a movie without me? You know, you've been watching for 2 hours. I said, no, ma'am. And she came in. It turns out I was just looking at this picture.
No way.
Yeah,
for 2 hours.
Yep.
No
and I was looking at all the sort of detail of it and everything like that. And there's something so incredibly powerful about it. And I can't, I think it's the gunshot part of it. I think it's the part of him being shot and still sort of.
The blood on his face, the expression on his face, and the fact that it's almost like a scene out of a movie.
It feels like a movie scene.
Yeah.
I think we should all, it's fair that we can all sort of quench our thirst a little bit on the liberal tears. And so I've been sort of rubbing it in a little bit with my progressive sort of family members. Judith is my sister-in-law, and she has a pretty serious case of Trump derangement syndrome, and I am rubbing it in her face and everything like that. And it's like I'm giving it to her so hard that guess who's not invited to Thanksgiving?
Well, of course.
Well, of course. And because they're taking her side on it, my brother's taking her side. And, I'm saying, well, sorry, you're married to a liberal. And he's just like, dude, come on, man. Just let's have a nice family dinner. We don't have to make politics and everything like that. And I'm like, oh, says the guy who lost. Loser alert. And he's like, yeah, man, he's not even about that. It's about family. It's about spending time with family. And it's like when you're creating that kind of division between you and my wife, it makes it difficult for anyone to have a good time or whatever. And my parents.
Well, let me ask you: Did they speak politics back in 2020 when you went to Thanksgiving dinner?
Oh, not that much. I mean, I did. I was talking about a lot of the Stop the Steal stuff at that point. I was talking a lot about because. She would kind of say like, well, Donald Trump's not, well, she would talk politics because she'd say Donald Trump's not in office anymore. Why do you keep talking about that? You know what I mean? And I'd say, well, he did win. He won, and he should have won. And so it was still mostly me that was talking about it then, but she would sometimes say stuff as well. Does that help with your point?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
So John, tell me, who are you and what do you do?
Well, my name's John. And I live in Florida, Homestead, Florida, which is a small town in Florida. And basically what I do is I do a lot of organizing. So you're familiar with organizing?
Oh, yeah.
What did you know?
Organizing is the most hardest part of any activism. Organizing, especially when you're organizing people who are such individualists, organizing is the hardest thing to do, and yet it's the most necessary.
And I find it's even very difficult to organize my group of friends now, to do anything, let alone get organizing politically, because I'm trying to get them to, hey, let's all go out for a bowling thing. And they're all, John, we don't really want to hang out with you. You talk too much about the stuff. You never shut up about the Trump stuff, and you're not very fun to hang around with. And none of them really want to hang out with me anymore. My mother, she's older now, she's 80 years old now, I want to say, and she says, let's just have a nice night, and things. She's all, she's a classic lib. Let's just have a nice night, John. And I tried to use the argument. I just texted her because you had said a really good point. You said, sorry, women, you're not allowed to kill your babies. You're referring to abortions, right?
Right.
And then you said, well, if you're allowed to kill babies, maybe should be allowed to kill you. Yeah. And I texted that to my 80-year-old mother. I said, well, if you're allowed to kill babies, maybe I should be allowed to kill you, And she's like, she called the fucking police. I'm not even joking.
Oh, no kidding.
She called the fucking police.
Did they show up?
I don't know. It's just happening. I'm telling you, it's just happening as we speak right now. She's like, that's a threat you're making, against me and everything like that. I'm like, oh, classic liberal, crying. It needs her safe space, and she does kind of need a safe space as well at this point because she has, pretty aggressive stage 4 cancer at the moment.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm really sorry to hear that.
Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. Love what you do. What is it that you do? You asked me what I do. What do you do?
What do I do? I've been an activist for over 30 years, and I fight on different issues. I try to stay out of the parties, even though I do get involved with candidate campaigns and stuff.
They try to keep me out of the parties. I cause too much of a problem with my drinking.
Oh, no. In fact, if you're a troublemaker, I'm inviting you to the party.
Really? I mean,
yeah.
I'll steal stuff from the party. No, I'm not joking. I'm not joking. I will get drunk and I'll start stealing things from your house. That's why I'm not invited to them anymore. But yeah.
Well, that's
anyways,
not a good thing.
Hey, good show. It's been. I guess you're getting up for 3 hours now. That's a significant amount of hours. So shout out to you. It's impressive to do a longer show. So thank you so much. Do you need anything else from me? Do you need do I do plugs now or?
Yeah, do a plug. Give me a plug. What do you do, man?
I would like to, if I could, plug. Hang on, I'm getting a text message, and the police are here. I gotta roll, man. I'm not even joking. Yeah, the police are here at the front door.
If you need a witness, you give me another email. I'll bail you out. I can give you my phone number. I will tell them it was an honest mistake. Well, I better let you go, man. You take care.
Thank you. Not a flub, but an honest mistake. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right. Well, that was interesting. I think I'm nationwide now that I'm getting people from Florida calling me up. That's pretty damn incredible. And, I say things in jest, like if a woman's allowed to kill a baby, are we allowed to kill her? I ask the question because it's an absurdity. Of course, we're not allowed to kill each other.
Al Asplain is very, very happy that Donald Trump won the election. But he's kind of unhappy with the level of discourse surrounding the win that he's hearing from radio hosts. So he called one of his old pals, Ari Hoffman, to discuss that subject. Check it out.
We go back to the Warrior Injury Law studio line. Take a call from Albert in Vancouver. Albert, what's up, man?
Is it me? Yeah. Oh, hey, Ari. Thank you so much. This show informative. It's good stuff. Good stuff. I'm a dual national. When I say Vancouver, folks, I'm not talking Washington.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Vancouver,
the one up
Washington,
north.
Of course, Vancouver.
Yes.
British Columbia. So I'm up in Vancouver, British Columbia, and I'm seeing a lot of people, I'm going to move up to Canada. First off, why would they even think that? Do you know what I mean? Like, what is it why do they think it's going to be some easy process that they're going to be able to do and just head up there?
Right.
You know
Unlike us,
mean?
they don't have wide open borders as much as they claim that they do. They really don't.
They do have open borders. They do have very much open borders, I will say. But no, that's not so much what I'm saying. So much, no, that's you're going down the wrong path a little bit there. But we're kind of getting into it. It's not necessarily open borders as much as it's a situation where it's like, why would it be a bad idea for them to do it?
Well, they're not actually going to do it because they appreciate the American creature comforts too much.
No.
Yes.
Why would it be a bad? No. I'm saying, why would it be a bad idea for them to go into Canada? I can help you out with this and give you clues.
Oh, you mean once they find out how much the taxes are going to be?
No, that's far off from it. The call screener who I talked to, he knew all about it. As soon as I said it, he was well aware of it.
Tell me what I am missing out. Tell me, get to the point, Albert. Get to the point here, man.
No, I am getting to it, but it's that there's a conservative. Do you follow politics in Canada at all? Yeah, they're about to elect. It's just wild to me that you got it wrong.
You mean
times
Pierre Poliver, that they're going to elect a whole bunch of conservatives up there?
That's not how you pronounce it.
Of course not, because I don't speak French. I speak American. But here's the thing, my friend, okay? They are not moving
it's
because...
not about speaking French, it's about
Albert, hang on a second. They are not going to move up there because they are hypocrites. They don't know what it takes to move to another country. They don't want to leave the creature comforts of America. And as much as they're going to elect a conservative government next, it's still not as conservative as a government here in the U.S. But on top of that, it's because they're lazy. At the end of the day, they don't want to leave the creature comforts of America, and they pick Canada. Why don't they pick Europe? Why don't they pick some South America? Why don't they pick South Africa? Why don't they pick Gaza? Because it's easy to say, I'm going to Canada. But aside from that, they're not going because they're hypocrites. Albert, appreciate the call.
Patriot Pete is very happy that Donald Trump won the election, but he doesn't think people are talking enough about the epic troll job that he's pulling with his cabinet picks, and that's why he called a Fox News radio show to talk about it. Check it out.
All right, if you want to call 866-88-56303, anytime you want to call, maybe you're thinking about some of the picks that Donald Trump has made, these nominations, and maybe RFK Jr. in particular, as we just found that out. That came out just a little while ago. Wow. That's going to be, again, tearing it down. The press secretary, everybody is still waiting to see what's going to happen with press secretary. We don't know. And maybe you have some thoughts on all of this. We'll take some calls. All right, let's see. Who is this? Who's on the line with us right now here on Florida's Voice? What's your name?
My name is Pete, sir.
Pete, where are you calling from, Pete?
I'm in Homestead, my friend.
All right. Well, we love Homestead. What's going on? What's on your mind today, Pete?
Not too much. I wanted to talk about the epic S-tier, God-tier trolling that Donald is pulling on all of the libs with these cabinet picks.
Yeah.
And I think we can all agree that it's a pretty epic God-tier sort of trolling on them. And it's like every pick that you see, he's like, it makes them so mad.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, no doubt.
And Matt Gaetz makes them so mad because I saw all these people who got so triggered by Matt Gaetz being nominated as the attorney general.
Yeah.
And because I guess he had those things that he was like mixed up in a thing about underage.
Yeah, we're going to get into that.
Girls and
we're going to talk about that, Pete, because there's a story.
But it's like that's why it triggers them so much. And then they're like, the one guy's just a host on Fox News, and it's like triggered much. Yeah. And then Elon Musk, it's like making him a member of the politics team when he's the richest guy in the world. And it's like, oh yeah, he'll probably will help the working class person, and it's like that's triggering all the working class liberal people by putting the richest man in the world in charge of a bunch of stuff. That's going to trigger all the working class lefty libs.
Yeah, it's true. Listen, thanks for the call, Pete. I appreciate it there in Homestead. The triggering that's going on, it is absolutely happening. But, there is a story, the story about Matt Gaetz that he brings up that's pretty interesting. And maybe we should dig into that.
All right, everyone, that's the end of the episode. If you want to check out some more, head over to the Patreon, support the channel. We've got one of our fucking greatest interviews ever. Daryl D. Kraft. He fulfilled his lifelong goal of getting on the Gino Bisconte show. Gino Bisconte used to host a show on Anthony Cumia's network, and Daryl Kraft managed to get himself on as a guest and talk to him for almost 10 minutes. It's really one of the most fun Daryl Kraft clips that you'll ever see. It's over on the Patreon. Thanks so much. Goodbye.
Call from
Darius.
Darius, what's going on, man? You're on the air.
Oh, hey, thanks for taking my call. I'm at the bar, midday bar affair here for Darius. I've got my baby with me, so that should keep it down to 7 or 8 brewskis, but not going so well down here in Vancouver. What's happening with you?
Dude, I'm just getting after it, man. We're just having a Monday. I'm not quite at the bar, but I love the vibe, man.
Don't tell my wife if you talk to her.
I'm
just
okay.
kidding. We're divorced. But the Vancouver Whitecaps lost to LAFC. They didn't get it done. 1-0. They lost on the road in the third game, and so they're out. It's over for us. The dream is done.